Joining me now on Indiana in the Morning here on WCCS is Michelle Fryling, the media representative for IUP. Michelle, it is great to have you on the show.
Oh, it's great to always be with you. Good morning on this Friday morning.
Definitely. And I know that we've been seeing some of the things that have been going on as far as the number of coronavirus cases in Indiana County. It's been spiking a lot, and we've been seeing some of the similar spikes on IUP's campus with recent announcements from the IUP COVID dashboard. Now, what are some of the things that have been done to kind of help mitigate that and try to keep that bump as low as possible? Because I think even President Driscoll said that they expected a bit of a bump in coronavirus cases when students returned.
Right. I mean, this virus is extremely unpredictable, but I think what is predictable is that we know we knew we would see some cases, even with the very best of mitigation, and we have done so much signage and plexiglass around campus and made sure that our classrooms are safe with social distancing. We see our students wearing masks, and they have been just absolutely faithful and to wearing masks and doing social distancing, especially during the day and in the classrooms. Our faculty have been incredible in making sure that the classrooms and the academic experiences, the face-to-face, are safe. But our hybrid classes have really helped a great deal too, Josh, because it's allowed the footprint on campus to be less. So that means that a student can come to class, maybe they go to class on Mondays, but another group of students goes to class on Wednesdays, a third group goes on Fridays. And that was, again, designed to keep the footprint of people on campus to reduce the possibility of spread. But the nice part is about those classes, we have an incredible IT department. They've installed these OWL Pros, which allows you to see in the classroom. So it's not like you tuned into something later. This is actual class time, real time. So they still get the classroom experience while we're reducing that footprint on campus.
Now, you said that you've actually been very proud of seeing the students on campus adhering to the guidelines that have been set down by IUP. But you and I were talking off mic, and you said also that it's kind of a bit hard to kind of maintain that, I guess, 24/7, even when you go off campus.
Well, that absolutely. Our students are incredible people, and I think they care deeply about the community. We continue to message them about the importance of when you leave campus, when you're out in the evenings, when you're off campus, you have to maintain your vigilance about this virus. We need them to put on their face coverings and to socially distance, and especially to avoid large gatherings. And we know that's tough to do. These students haven't been together since March in many cases, and they're anxious to see their friends and to be with them. So we're putting out as much messaging as we can, especially social media messaging, to really reinforce that you can still have fun, you can still see your friends, but you have to be careful. Not only for your own health and safety, but for others' health and safety.
We have also seen some instances and heard of some instances where some of the fraternity houses and those other off-campus places have been having some gatherings of some sort. Has those messages also gone out to the fraternities themselves, and have actions been taken? Because we have heard in other cities and other colleges where sometimes the fraternity has been told to disband for the year because of the fact that they're not following guidelines.
Well, Josh, absolutely. And we see examples all over the country, and everyone's kind of doing things a little bit differently because they have to do what's right for them. But we absolutely are doing a lot of messaging and a lot of peer-to-peer messaging. And our Greek Life program is under some very strict supervision. We can take action against any recognized student organization. We have not done so at this time. But students or organizations that violate our health guidelines, and that includes wearing a mask, socially distancing, avoiding large groups, avoiding gatherings, both indoors and outdoors, they can face the student judicial conduct process. So there's some sanctions that can happen with our both individual students and organizations. and we're continuing to be vigilant about that, and asking students to let us know, and even community members to let us know if they see students that are practicing unsafe behaviors, because we care deeply about our community. We want our community to be safe. We don't mean just the confines of campus. We mean the entire community.
Right. How can people get a hold of that, I guess, for lack of a better term, tip line?
Sure, absolutely. I'm going to, you know what, how about, Josh, I'm going to send something to you with the actual link. It's an online form. I'll send something to you, and if you would be kind enough to put it on your website, that would be great for your listeners to see exactly how you can make a referral to the office. And the office is called the Office of Community Standards and Student Support, so it's also available on our website. But I'll send you a link that anyone can use if they see concerning behaviors.
All right, excellent. We'll include that link then in the story related to this interview this morning on our
Absolutely.
website. Excellent.
Absolutely.
You're listening to Indiana in the Morning. I'm Josh Woodison. We're talking with Michelle Fryling about COVID-19 and how IUP is kind of trying to take the charge in mitigating the number of cases of COVID-19 on campus and in off-campus facilities as well. One of the things that you were talking with me about was the fact that you were about to get in touch with the landlords associations.
Right. You know, our landlords have been incredible in our community to help us to mitigate some of the unsafe behaviors in the large unsanctioned events in both the spring and in the fall. They've been an incredible agent for change, and they've been very responsible with setting up expectations of how their tenants should be. And we're having continued meetings with them, and we're going to talk with them about some strategies that they might recommend how we can help them to do that. And one of the things that we really just are trying to get across to students, I know students want kind of some quick answers. Well, this virus isn't a quick answer thing. So students are concerned, saying things like, well, you know, I want to test. Well, we are not testing students unless they become symptomatic.
Right.
However, if a student believes, or if they've been contacted to say, hey, I've tested positive, you've been a close contact, and close contact is really defined as 15 minutes or more of close contact, no mask, maybe not social distancing, but you need to have that 14-day self-quarantine. And that is so hard. No one wants to stay in their rooms or stay in their apartments for 14 days without going out and seeing people. We know that's challenging, but that's the strategy we need to help to mitigate the transmission of this virus. And so we'll be talking with landlords. They have been an incredibly receptive group, as have borough leadership, county leadership. We continue to work with them very closely with the Together Indiana campaign. So we know we're all in this together, Josh. I mean, there's no question. And it doesn't, we are very concerned about how this virus affects our students, our employees, but our community and the resources that we have at Indiana Regional Medical Center.
Right.
And we're in close contact with them as well to say, how are your resources being taxed? Because we're very conscious of the fact that we're all in this together.
All right. Michelle Fryling, thank you very much for joining us this morning on Indiana in the Morning, and we wish you and everybody at IUP all the best. Thanks again.
You too. Thank you so much for the chance to update you.